Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns. I have some acquisitions. Yeah, some acquisitions. Some of them not crochet related. But there'll be a review eventually. Alright, first thing is I am going to show you the fabric that I did get in from Cheryl Bolts. And I absolutely love this fabric. I did order a few other things that I use for the concealed hand carry bags. Are they not adorable? Adorable! Just adorable. Now, I'm planning on making myself a few masks and a bag out of that, and there'll be some other bags that come out of that. So I hope you will enjoy that. Now, this other acquisition is a little on the odd side, but I'll show you the fabric I got first. Our Walmart just recently got this fabric in, and I've seen it on a couple of other channels, sewing channels that I follow, and I fell in love with it. It is the red, white, and blue balloons. Only two, so I got 2 fat quarters, and that will be made into a bag. But while I was at Walmart, we have not put in the air conditioner in this room yet. Having said that, because it's big, it's heavy, it's hard to get into the window, and it's the hardest one to get in, I'm walking down the aisle and I see this little puppy. Now, my partner in crime with the prayer shawl ministry keeps telling me I need to get one of those blasts that you see on the YouTube videos, you know, the commercial, and I'm like, I'm not paying $389 for one of those. And she said, why? And I said, well, I'll tell you, when I was younger, like 13, I can remember when we were putting in the central air in the home that we lived in when I was a child in New Mexico, that we had one of these units. It was, you know, more like a regular air conditioner, and you put the water in it, and my mother always put ice in with the water in the tray because it was a pretty deep tray. It was about like this, you know, probably about that big and that wide, you know. So she'd put that in there while, you know, they were putting in this central air. And it only kept one room cool. Barely cool, but it was bearable. I only need it in this room when I'm sewing. So I thought I'm going to give this a try. And since it is also a humidifier, I'm thrilled to death with it. But you'll see a review on that later once it's been put into use. Today it's cold and rainy. It's been running in the 90s. It feels like 99, 100. Of course today I want to try it out. It's cool. What are you going to do, right? Alright. Now, I had to go back to Hobby Lobby on Wednesday since my husband's chemo was canceled because I wasn't going to leave him out in the car. He couldn't go in. The Hobby Lobbies I've been into didn't have a wheelchair. This one does. It has, I believe, 3 is what the manager told me. So I could have taken him in, but with his white count, the neutrophil's so low, we chose not to. So I went back on Wednesday. But first, I went to Michael's. You know, they have some clearance at Michael's. Well, I also had a $5 reward, and it was about due to be, you know, expired. And I'm like, I ain't losing $5. So I went to Michael's. And at Michael's, they had the cream cottons on sale. So I picked up 4 of these in this color. It's a real pretty color. You know, to me it's more of an off-white. It's called Golden Cream. And it does look like cream, and it's really soft. Man, it is so soft. And this is considered, I believe, a 4. Yeah, 4 medium weight. So I got it to make a little summer lacy cardigan. Now they had a couple other colors I was going to pick up, but there was like 2 of one of another, and I was like, well, I'll just try the other Michaels. It's near to me later on this week. If they have it, fine. If they don't, I'll just, live with that little lot that I got. But I was walking past and I noticed they had some Red Heart that was on clearance for $1. So I looked in there and one of them was completely gone, although it had white in there, and I thought at first the white was... I was getting all excited because down below it there was more white. No, the white was not clearanced, but the coffee color was clearanced. And there were 4 skeins. Now, I can't show you it because when I went to session, I dropped it off there for Prayer Shawl Ministry. So, that's where it's left at. And also at Prayer Shawl Ministry, I received some Happy Mail from someone, and I didn't double check if it was okay if I told you who it was, but I will tell you this. I did receive it. Thank you very much. You know who you are. And yes, it has already been divvied out. We have been doing red, white, and blue for veterans that we were hoping to give out Veterans Day to different veterans organizations, around in that area. And in there were 2 cakes of comfy cotton in poppy color. I actually had 2 cakes of the whipped cream and 2 cakes of the, I can't remember the color of the dark blue. Was it just royal? I can't remember, but I had 2 of those. So we're making Afghans, small lapgans, those kind of things, wraps, because there's a lot of widows that are in this group. So I dropped that off to one of our shut-ins who makes these beautiful shawls so that she could use it to make some shawls or wraps, whichever she chooses, for some of the widows during Veterans Day. And there were some beautiful yarns. It was a Willows yarn. Gorgeous colors. Beautiful, beautiful. There were 2 Pound of Loves that were like in the buff color. Tan color. I don't remember what Pound of Love. Not Pound of Love. Caron 1 Pounders. What they call theirs. And then there was a beautiful prism. I think it was prism yarn that I sent over to our, we have a woman that came here from India years ago. Her husband was a cardiologist in our area, very beloved, and she loves working with those types of yarns. So I gave that to her so she could make something absolutely stunning for Prayer Shawl. And she does do some stunning work. So, and of course there was some yarn in there I've never seen by Bernat. Big, looked like 14-ounce skeins in a red and a dark purple. Beautiful. So maybe later I can get a picture, of the dark purple and the red, because they're still at the church. The rest of them have been handed out to some of the different ladies shut-ins that do work for us like that. So I'm real excited. Yeah, we only have 75 women that make things for our Prayer Shawl Ministry, so it goes pretty fast. And I talked about the yarn shortage. The yarn shortage is pretty much over because all of those plants are back functioning, working in that sense. but you're still going to see some shortages because shipping is so far behind. You know, when the ships get over to Long Beach and the other port that's in California, I'm trying to think of the name of it. But when they get to those, normally they may have to sit off in the ocean for maybe 1 to 2 days before they can dock and dock workers can unload and everything. Well, they're sitting out there 2 to 3 weeks at times to be unloaded. And then, of course, then you get into there's not as many dock workers out there working. So that's basically where we're at. We're waiting on shipping to happen. And a lot of truck drivers, long haul drivers, have said, we're done. So you have that issue too. So kudos to Dana for sticking with it and continuing out there. All right. Stopped at Hobby Lobby after I got through at Michael's. I had picked a yarn that I was going to get more of for something for me. I was going to make me a new sweater for in the fall and winter. Somebody beat me to that yarn. Didn't they know I wanted that yarn? I mean, they beat me to it. There were 7 skeins. I was going to get all of them in a color to go with it, you know, because I could use it for some other things. But they beat me to it. So I had to go find something else. But I found something else. And of course, we all know one of my favorite colors is green. And this is one of the print colorways. I love this yarn. And the color of this is called Be Still. And that is absolutely beautiful. Stunning in its color and every way. Got it. Got 7 skeins of it. Got all of it. I was like, they did it to me. I'm doing it to somebody else. And then I picked up color called Glacier to go with it. It's kind of a really light green. And I thought they went together fairly decently. Sweater is going to be made mostly out of this, with this as accents. So, and of course, you know, our yarn here was, all of it was 30% off, and it was all 30% off last week as well. But then I also got some I Love This Cotton, because my cotton stash has gotten fairly low because of all those washcloths. Dishcloths that I'm making for Rose. By the way, if you're making washcloths, dishcloths for Rose, for her wings organization, do not send them in until October. Don't send them. Put them in a bag. Keep filling the bag till it's full or the box, and don't send them till October. So I did get 2, and this one is called Paris in June. I really liked it because it was the yellows, whites, different shades of gray, and the blues. And then I also got one that is called Denim Blue. And I really like this color. I've done washcloths for my own home with these, and it works up so beautifully. Of course, it's so soft too. Come on. They had quite a bit of the Crafter's Secret cotton, but to me it's a lot like Sugar and Cream and Peaches and Cream. It's still a little rough, and I don't really care for working with those, although I do. And then I also got some craft cord for the drawstrings. White is a hard color to find in paracord. And I will tell you what I do with the paracord. I actually pull the inside out, then seal the ends to use as the drawstrings, so it's not as stiff and it's a little more flexible. That's what I do with the drawstrings that I do. And that is it for the acquisitions. That's all. That's all she wrote. All right, guys, I will see you again soon. Remember to choose kindness and share a little love amongst yourselves with other people. See you again soon. Bye.